There's the bell, and here we go with the final of our quarterfinal trios contest. Leonard F. Carson being joined by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Scott Jagged Parker.
Quite an introduction. I'm not quite sure man, myth, legend applies, but I'll take it.
I'm very happy to see you here at the commentation station for this contest. One of these two teams will be joining the Spectral Envoy, Fist, and Team Sendai Girls tomorrow as we grow ever closer to see who is the 2012 King of Trios.
It's a proverbial crunch time, as it would say, but I just got to first of all get something off my chest as this action starts out here. It's plain and simple. The Young Bucks, along with Mike Bennett, Team ROH, are just simply, I'm going to put it out there, they're punks. And you know what, the matter of the fact is they show no respect to anybody, they show no respect to Chikara itself, and clearly, as you see, they show no respect to Team ECW, and hopefully, and I know that this will happen, these veterans will teach them a lesson, and it's going down right now.
I'll read to you the same notice our legal team gave me last evening. We were to refer to them as the Extreme Trio.
Extreme Trio is what I said.
That's what I heard. Might have accidentally called Aldo Montoya a different name last night as well, but Jerry Lynn right now in there with Nick Jackson. And I would agree with you, Jagged, if I may be so bold, that the Young Bucks, when they won the Campeonatos de Parejas at our last night pay-per-view, Chikara Source Rocks, they essentially said, we're leaving, taking these belts to Ring of Honor. And they have got themselves a similar-minded bedfellow in the prodigy Mike Bennett. He is someone with no respect, no regard for what Chikara is or Chikara stands for. But I'm okay if he brings Maria around.
I will never complain about that part. She is more than welcome here. But as you see, you cannot, and that's the thing with this Extreme Trio, especially with here Jerry Lynn, who is definitely one of the greatest technicians of our generation. You can never take this man lightly. Even though he's on his retirement tour, the man is still in phenomenal condition.
I mentioned last night during commentary that the Extreme Trio is everything about that South Philly promotion, all wrapped up into one team. The technician in Jerry Lynn, the high flyer in Too Cold Scorpio, and the innovator of violence in Tommy Dreamer. Every aspect of what that promotion was about is embodied in these three men, and they would want nothing more to beat Team Ring of Honor, which a lot of people talk about as the pinnacle group in wrestling. Maybe similar to that group, but I don't agree with that statement.
And something that I find very exciting about this, despite the tactics of the Young Bucks and their smug regards and everything, the fact is that you cannot deny their incredible talent. And if you would look to that South Philly promotion that you're referring to, the Young Bucks at that time, if they were during that generation, would have fit in perfectly. And that's why I'm very excited to see how this match unfolds.
Young Bucks, of course, certainly one of the most exciting tag teams in the history of wrestling. And you don't get to be Campeonatos de Parejas by, winning the lottery or by luck. Sitting next to a former one-half of the Campeonatos de Parejas, looking to get back on that championship trail, I'm sure.
Much so. And I'm eyeing the Young Bucks. I am eyeing them. I am going after them. I'm declaring that right now.
Is that what you're eyeing right now?
Well, and Maria.
Too Cold Scorpio, look at the way this man moves. He moves as quick and as fluid as he did 20 years ago when I first saw him compete on a Clash of Champions on a Wednesday night on WTBS. As he does today, and Scorpio still got the moves.
That was funky.
And Team Ring of Honor needs to regroup.
And none of these men on this Extreme Trio having their veteran/legendary status, none of them have lost a step. You just saw there Scorpio. Incredible. The man does not lose a step. No matter how many years go by, he's still the exact same.
A veteran of competition in the Noah promotion in Japan. He's had stints in both World Wrestling Federation and World Championship Wrestling, among other promotions. And now Scorpio looking to stay one step ahead of Matt Jackson. But this youngster, one of the quickest competitors in all the world. Nicely done with that drop kick.
Giving it right back to Scorpio.
I'm very happy my wife is not here in attendance this evening. Matt Jackson trying to use his speed, but Scorpio, he's got that power, tossed him right into his own corner.
And again, this is the credit to both Young Bucks here. As you can see, like, Scorpio is a traveled veteran of this business. While Matt Jackson hasn't been wrestling that long, he's still, in the early beginnings, prime of his career, and he's still going toe-to-toe with this man. That's incredible to his, it's a test to his talent.
You got to think a lot of these competitors here in Chikara, when they face off against these dream teams, if you will, whether it be the Extreme Trio, Team WWF, as we saw last night, the Faces of Pain, who Team Ring of Honor beat last night. You come in, sometimes you got butterflies in your stomach, a little bit of cold feet, but Ring of Honor's team, these representatives, have shown that they don't have that. Maybe their cockiness, maybe their arrogance is what's playing into that. As you see, the prodigy Mike Bennett, Tommy Dreamer has never been a muscle man. But wait a minute.
Given Tommy's history, this is not something you'd want to do with... Oh, and the hip swivel!
Maybe underneath that t-shirt, he's got the suspenders on. In my dreams, he does.
A lot of real excited people now here in Easton, Pennsylvania. And as my partner would say, hashtag really turns me on.
Tommy Dreamer now with the waist lock here on Mike Bennett, the prodigy.
That elbow found its mark.
One of the most controversial and hated competitors in all of wrestling, bringing his skills here to Ring of Honor. He's a very talented competitor. Right now, staying one step ahead of Tommy Dreamer. Oh, I spoke too soon.
There it is. The innovator of violence always 2 streets ahead.
Did you say streets ahead?
2 streets ahead.
But right now, Mike Bennett in control of this contest. Looking to his corner. Dreamer maybe looking for the tag. And just a handful of hair.
Honestly, I can't argue with that tactic, though. Sometimes you just got to cheat. Sometimes that's just what you got to do to get the job done.
I think that there's something wrong with that chair. Chuck Taylor was saying the same thing when he was out here before. Nicely done with the neck breaker there. Dreamer goes for the cover.
You see as Tommy reached up for that neck breaker, he grabbed a nice little handful of Bennett's hair, I guess kind of returning the favor a little bit.
Turnabout fair play. As Bennett rolls to the outside, that allows Nick Jackson to become the legal man for his team. Big cross body. Dreamer catches him though.
Calling over to his brother, and his brother wants nothing to do with that. Nice
fall-away slam. Sends Nick Jackson careening to the outside. Inverted atomic drop.
And this is where the Young Bucks become very, very dangerous.
They got 5 seconds. They're going to make the most of it. Big double back body drop there. Dreamer crashing down to the canvas.
See, and this is something you don't want to do. You don't want to turn your back on your opponent. And that might be one of those mistakes.
Yeah,
that arrogance could easily cost these guys that match.
That's right. You want to make mistakes. Sometimes you're in there with guys at the equal skill level as you. But when you're in there with veterans, guys who've been wrestling 20, 30 plus years, like Jerry Lynn, like Too Cold Scorpio, like Tommy Dreamer, you don't want to make the slightest mistake because they will capitalize. And Jerry Lynn, nicely done. Hurricane off the top rope.
Oh, tries him face first. Go for the cover here.
Deep hook of the leg, but Mac Jackson still able to kick out. Jerry Lynn now trying to fight out of the Ring of Honor team corner. Doing a good job of it so far, but just the numbers game is too much.
Strength in numbers, and this, of course, classic tactic of team wrestling is you try and cut that ring in half. You try and isolate your opponent into your side because, again, that number factor will always come into play.
Mike Bennett now reversed into the reverse DDT, a calling card of Jerry Lynn. Scorpio, we saw this last night, the assisted splash, crashing down. An early 2 kick out here. And Bennett asking for it. Scorpio, maybe a look of disbelief on his face.
Yeah, that's very interesting because Scorpio just came a good 7-8 feet out of the air and crashed his full body weight. And Bennett is asking for more.
Bennett powers out of that full Nelson. Maria Kanellis maybe getting a little too close to the extreme trio corner. I think she should stay over here where she is for the rest of the night.
The designated manager area right in front of this commentary table, please. Thank you.
The fans here at the Easton Funplex, another sold out, standing room only crowd. 2 nights in a row here. Every time we come to the Easton Funplex, the crowd just gets bigger and bigger. And look at that fall-away slam by Mike Bennett. Nicely done.
Really? And this is that arrogance that I'm talking about. They have no respect for anybody, then they want respect from people. But the thing about respect is unless you give it, you will not receive it.
Mike Bennett now in control. Nice choke slam, but not going for the cover. I don't know if it's a wise idea to take your time and punish someone like Too Cold Scorpio. If it was me in there, I'd go for that pin as quick as I can. What is he doing there? I can't tell if he's at a claw or he's raking the eyes.
See, whenever you have your opponent down, you want to try and score a pinfall. Because even just the fact of pinning the man with the weight upon his chest, it takes the energy to have to kick out from that pinning attempt. And what you're doing is systematically wearing the man down.
Well, again, you could go for those quick covers like that, or you could just keep your opponent in. What is that? That's just unnecessary, uncalled for, and as you've said many a times here, Jagged, disrespectful.
They're punks. And it's as simple as it comes down to. They're punks.
Matt Jackson now again in control here. They've been targeting the back of Too Cold Scorpio. I think those knees to the back are a little bit more effective than those double backflip back rakes that you're employing earlier in the contest, boys.
Oh. Every one of those kicks are finding the mark just on the side of the face of Too Cold Scorpio, right about that temple area.
But you see Scorpio powered back to his feet. He's up to a vertical base, absorbing some of those blows, maybe trying to get into the head of Mike Bennett. Belly-to-belly suplex, a move Scorpio's felt before.
Maria arguing with resident official JB, John Barber. I don't know why, because that was clearly a 2 count, not 3.
I don't know, maybe she feels she can use her feminine wiles to convince Jonathan Barber that it was 3.
Definitely not a terrible tactic.
What is Matt Jackson thinking?
Channeling demolition. See, look at this. And I'm not saying you have to be all caught. Oh, there. See, and that's what happens. You get kicked in the face. I'm not saying you have to coddle people because what they've done in the business, but you have to give them their due and at least respect them and not disrespect them blatantly like that. Face washing the guy. Come on.
Nick Jackson now the legal man in this contest. Scorpio's been in here a long time, taking a lot of punishment. He desperately needs a tag.
Very, very much so. Because now you see you have Tommy Dreamer and Jerry Lynn on the apron. Fresh, and both of them in each of their way are threats.
Tandem offense there out of the Young Bucks. Matt Jackson pops Nick up into the drop kick, connects Scorpio into the corner. Referee's got to get one of these guys out of the ring. Nope, Scorpio will help you with that.
Big spine buster there. Go for that cover. That's it. See, and this, what they're doing here is they're becoming, their cockiness is getting in their way, because what they're doing here, they're working on one man. And the thing is, the three of them are working on one man. And while you have the advantage in the match right now, while you're beating on this person, you're also expending your own energy, while these two on the apron are being fresh. So if he does escape anything, if Scorpio makes that tag, Team ROH is going to be in trouble.
I agree wholeheartedly there, but again, they aren't going for a lot of pinfalls. They're just trying to punish Scorpio, and Scorpio,
out of nowhere,
done.
Make that tag, make that tag, make that tag, and there it is.
Dreamer now the legal man in this contest. Big clothesline floors Bennett. There's a second one. Dreamer basement drop kick. Big punch wipes out both the Young Bucks. Boot to the face of Bennett.
Face first of that second turnbuckle.
What's Dreamer got in mind here? Riding bomb cover.
Oh, and a count of two. Bennett able to get that left shoulder off of that mat just in time as the hand of John Barber was coming down for the count of three to end this match.
Dreamer, a perennial favorite anywhere he goes in this wrestling business. Mike Bennett almost universally
He's looking for the DDT.
hated. Back body drop, DDT, Ace Crusher, and Tommy Dreamer just wiped out all three members of Team Ring of Honor.
Tommy Dreamer on a serious roll right now.
Bennett's laid out, he's still the legal man. Dreamer into the high rent district. He doesn't go there very often, but when he does, Frog Splash connects.
Oh, good thing the Young Bucks were there, because I believe that was it. Again, not something Tommy does very often, but obviously that risk paid off there.
Jerry Lynn trying to go after Matt Jackson here. Bennett trying to mount some sort of offense. Jawbreaker scores on Dreamer. Bennett go to the top. Oh. Maria up on the apron. I don't know if she should be getting herself involved in a contest like this.
But she did cause enough of a distraction to let her man Bennett get out of the clutches of Tommy Dreamer. And now this does not look good.
Scorpio on the top rope with all three members of Team Ring of Honor. Jerry Lynn trying to assist. Oh! And everyone just got wiped out. I'm not sure who got the worst of that one, Jagged.
As a matter of fact, I think it might have been Tommy Dreamer, because Bennett offered that suplex. As he was coming over, his legs hit Tommy directly on the top of the head.
And it just looks like a massacre here in the ring. The referee putting the count on all 6 men.
All men down, and Dreamer looks to be knocked unconscious. All men feeling the effects of that.
Nick Jackson trying to pull himself to his feet, trying to stop the count here. Bennett to the outside. Lynn up and over, crashes down on the floor hard on Mike Bennett. Jerry Lynn holding Bennett for Scorpio, and Scorpio twisting press over the top rope and just wiped out Mike Bennett.
And the back of Mike Bennett's head just smacked against the floor here at these. Oh! Beautiful tandem moonsaults there by the Young Bucks.
Stealing a page out of the 3.0 playbook of the Young Bucks.
Absolutely. I do that quite often.
You saw Tommy Dreamer crossing
What
himself,
is going on
whatever
here?
deities he believes in.
Please don't crash into us. No!
Oh, and Dreamer just jumped out of the pile and wiped out all 5 men.
Chaos right in front of the table here. King of Trios, Night 2 of the Eastern Funplex. Wow.
It's a 20 count onto the floor. Mike Bennett thrown back into the ring. Scorpio and Jerry Lynn right behind him.
See, as you can see, 2 members of the Extreme Trio up, because as Tommy was coming off that top rope to the outside, they pushed the Young Bucks and Mike Bennett together so that they would get the brunt of that.
Scorpio and Jerry Lynn working together nicely as a team. Tumbleweed leg drop.
Count of 1, 2. They got Matt Jackson in there to get Scorpio off of that pin.
Dreamer still laid out on the floor here. The Extreme Trio at a disadvantage. Team Ring of Honor turning their attention back to the man they worked on for most of this contest in Too Cold, Scorpio. Hopefully Scorpio's still got enough left in the tank. You see him there drilling. Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson goes to the midsection.
And this is where they will take you apart. When they have the opportunity to go both against...
Buckle bomb, Inzagiri combo, hooks the leg.
Jerry Lynn saving the match and their spot in the King of Trios tournament for the Extreme Trio.
Mike Bennett signaling that he was going to go for that cradle pile driver, but instead Lynn reverses it and gets kicked in the face by both Young Bucks.
One in the ring, let's kill him.
Oh, we saw this last night!
Tommy's got the remote! Tommy's got the remote! And he is the man in control!
Tommy Dreamer, I think, has a direct pipeline to Smart Mark Video. He knows and has studied up on his Chikara. The Young Bucks frozen in time here.
And straight out of a fantastic 80s film starring John Ritter called Stay Tuned.
I thought you were going to say Skin Deep. It worked last night for Dreamer, but not tonight. The Young Bucks have Dreamer up. And Jagged, if they connect, it's almost over.
4, bang for your block. 1, 2, 3.
And Team Ring of Honor advances.
Oh.